under the Friday night lights. Look, we even got some noise going on back there. Sounds very dramatic. Let me take a breath. I'm on my knees trying to get the damn cards. You know, I don't want to do this. 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 Anyways, let me start with the intro and bullshit. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am the only spiritual leader, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, messenger of God, child of God, LILITH, reincarnated. I'm in the middle of an ego death, and I'm contemplating all of my life decisions at this particular moment. And these are those great times where you just want to cut off and, like, fight or flight. Like, you just want to, like, just burn it all down. Just burn it all down. What happened? Let me see if I can focus to get these damn cards out while I'm talking. I watched this video. I was already fucking in a muck. The video just confirmed what's the fuck is wrong with my life. That's all they ever fucking do. Anyway, so I watched this video earlier. I shared this video multiple times. Can you turn that down, please? And thank you. And please. Fucking thank you. Of course not. Chaos. Why? Because I'm in chaos. Anyways, the video was talking about, you know what I mean, the complexities of being intelligent. And I didn't break it down to just pure intelligence and how threatening the intelligence must be for you guys until I watched this video. And the video plains it out. History points it out quite simplistically that I'm fighting a losing fucking battle. In the essence, it talks about free thinking and those that push the limits and how they were crucified for trying to push a new idea onto people and how that never works because of societal norms and this, that, and the fucking other. And it detailed it so simplistically as my daily struggles with trying to teach parasites new levels of understanding. It's like my karma for the rest of my life is to keep teaching fucking dead life forms how to live. No offense to you and your pride and how fucking, you know, the superiority that comes off of me. But it really comes down to, like, I was once like you, bro. And my work is to show you how to become like me. And I do this work thinking that somebody's doing it. But after watching a video like that, it's like they literally don't have the brain capacity to even understand me, which is so simplistic. Most of the time, the only difference between now and yesterday is that yesterday I blamed it on spirituality, that we couldn't connect because I was so spiritual. But now we watch this video and we realize that we can't connect because I'm so intellectual, because of the way I think and how I perceive things is an apt to your being, which in all essence it is. I make you look like a fucking idiot just questioning your fucking motives. And therefore that's where I get all of this backlash and why it's nearly impossible for me to find connection or be part of this world. And I just is like, you know, when you look at it that way, it's like I'm doomed. I'm doomed. It's almost as if I was brought here from the future, but I'm not. I mean, I see how this ends, and time is irrelevant from wherever I come from, so perhaps, in a sense or two, I mean, in a past life, we lived in a different time which would have been considered your future, and that would be, you know, Logic has those kind of freaking, you know, those memories, his Akashic memories. He thinks he's viewing the future, but it's just a past life. The shit will happen in your guys' life, but it's already happened in our lives, if that makes sense. So, Just something simplistic like that is trying to teach you what I'm trying to teach you. That's where that book of the philosophers came from. Because it all talks about is, you know what I mean, they were persecuted. Jesus himself, everyone. That's what the witches were fucking hung for, was free thinking. You know what I mean? You weren't supposed to think outside the box. And the last video I loaded was like, you know what I mean, the last couple of videos is like highlighting that. Is my perception. I have a higher perception. I see things in a much different view. Now the cool thing about the video is it points out all of the greatest saw as I do. You know what I mean? And so naturally their names and their faces and their studies are here in Pandora's box too, because they established the way of life just as much as everyone else. And I sit here in this moment and I'm like, I couldn't sleep. I just laid there in this fucked up dark trance of like, I can't see a way forward in this. I can't see a reason to continue teaching you. You don't understand it. It's like Einstein in fucking preschool with people that don't even speak his language. And it's like, you know, I get the condescendingness after watching the video as I come off as a Sheldon, right? A fucking know-it-all. But it's not knowing of this world. It's like, I could close this whole book, you know, I'd still praise God without you. I'd still, you know what I mean, going on with my life. I don't need the cards as confirmation. I don't need to teach you anything. You know what I mean? I don't need to learn anything that's down there. I learn as I go. Everything that's down there, all of my teachings, all of this stuff that I have for everyone is for you guys. I don't sit here in my quiet time and read shit, put information in my head. I already know it in my heart. So this is just to teach you guys the stuff that I already know. Where does this inner knowing come from? From the journey that I keep trying to get you fucking on. How did this happen? Guys, it's so simplistic, bro. We work through the fucking thoughts and the feelings to erase the fucking programming and go back to who you were before you were put in this skin. It happens. It's been happening. There's so many freaking teachings of it. In the sense of, you think I'm teaching you the future, but everything I pull out from under this fucking thing is old teachings, bro. Ancient teachings. They're old. You could buy them I get them at fucking thrift stores and bookstores and fucking, you know what I mean? Come on. I didn't write the books. I'm explaining what was written in time to you. And that's where I get to. It's like they can't understand it. They reject it. That's what the video says. It's by your absolute human nature to reject it. And you wonder why I have to deal with so much rejection. It's like, it's in the fucking nature of the work I do. Trying to get you to go against the grain is, according to that video, impossible. Through God, all things are possible, but that's another thing too. It's like, this is, you know, this is Jesus's weekend. It's like, why do I, you know, I'm the messenger from God. Why do I have to be your connection to God? I am already for Him. I have to deliver His messages to you. Alright? That's the connection I play as. Why do I have to be your connection to Him, vice versa? When there's this whole army of people and, you know, of divine beings that He made to do that job with you. I can't even list how many angels are made to take your prayers and to soothe you during those times. That's their job, bro. Not my job. My job is simplistic, to let you know what He's doing during these dark times and how to overcome our feelings about His doings. And everybody else's, I guess, in essence, but still. So it's like, you know, when you think about it like that, when you watch a video like that and you realize that they just don't understand you, it makes it feel hopeless. And I was already in a place of you know what I mean, of triggered, of I just want to run. I'm ready to go back and, you know, hide in the woods and get away from everybody. And now I have that extra push. If you don't turn it down, bro, I just closed the door so I didn't have to hear it. I got an attitude. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Ugh. Fuckhead. I don't want to hear that bullshit. In essence, I already yelled at him too. I was laying in the bed and he was fucking blasting that shit. He wasn't just blasting it, but he's kicking and throwing a fit because he's not winning. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking throw that thing across the fucking room. I'm having an ego death. I haven't felt like this in a long time, where you literally just want to shut down everything and run away from everyone. I get so hurt that nobody's getting it. I get so frustrated that nobody gets me. I get so hurt that people are repulsed by me, and vice versa. But it's like, you know, it breaks it down, and it always does. It always tries to explain why we're the chosen ones are set apart. Who the fuck else is going through this? I hate y'all. I just want to put that on there, dude. That's why I said I'm the only one. Show me another fucking Starseed. Show me another one, bro. Show me another chosen one. Another Earth Angel. Another Mystic. There's that medium dude. I saw that dude. There's a real medium dude. I saw that dude for real. I saw one. You know what I mean? A real psychic, bro. A real psychic that doesn't... Not a tarot reader. I never say that. A real psychic that knows what's about to happen, bro. An energy reader, bro. A seer, a sage. Any of those. Show me a real one, bro. Was I any of these things? Nah, bro. Nah. I was a Christian woman. I was a fucking Proverbs 31 fucking wife. I was a devout Christian, bro. I was none of those things. Those things happened. I inherited those gifts when I cleaned out my wicked thoughts and feelings. All the hatred and hurt. As I started clearing out the hatred and hurt, I started inheriting these spiritual gifts. In essence, you can look back and say I always had them, but I didn't actually honor them and know them to be such things. I always had discernment, is what they called it, the gift of discernment, a sixth sense. But as far as all the extra, nah. And it says that, you know, as you walk through my books, as you go through these levels, that I truly be sitting on this side believing someone on the other side is doing, it says you inherit such gifts. So then I am believing that you're inheriting the gifts. You're doing the work, you're inheriting the gifts, and I'm trying to teach you what are gifts and how to, you know what I mean, develop yours. All of which you're not understanding or doing. Which is like my biggest war with, you know what I mean, my twin flames. It's like, why the fuck don't you get this? It's in your absolute nature to reject this. And I'm the one catching the rejection, trying to enlighten you. So then I lay there in bed and I'm like, I'm just gonna run away. I'm gonna hit this lottery, build a little kingdom and community hidden somewhere far away like all the others did. Build a temple some far away. Somewhere here in the homelands, and they can find me when they're ready. It's kind of how I felt. It's like, just shut it down, bro. Who am I teaching? Myself? I learn by experience. I teach you what my experience have taught me. The cards are nothing more than confirmation to what I've already been through, which is what? The flow of the energy of a day. It's Friday, bro. We hit a freaking tower like we were supposed to. Supposed to let go of something. What did I tell you? The material world. Told you, everything that I was thinking, everything that was important to me is just little by little been let go of. That's it too. How can you think about having a relationship with someone that doesn't think? Or doesn't think like you? How am I going to have friends that don't think? Or think like me? In essence, we don't think. I don't think. That's all you guys do, is think. They said it so well. You know, small talk and polite lies. And we just can't do it. We need depth. we offend everybody by our actual, you know what I mean, way of views. Just the way I view the room. I don't know, and people can see it too. Like, ew, what's in her face? Yours? It's a mirror. I'll have to work through this. In the sense of, it's like when you, I've always said it, since the beginning. I've always felt 100% alone out here. Not only just being an alien, then being an incarnated soul, an awoken soul, all of those different reasons. It's like I am one I'm the only one. And I'm supposed to lead them. And then you get to this place of like, you know, look at what happened when you try to lead the fucking flocks away. And that's what happened. And it's actually, you know what I mean, even saying that it's my future, it's already been. I was persecuted like a motherfucker, dude, deemed crazy and fucking rejected. My teachings, everything, you know what I mean? Everything they said, I've already experienced. It's like, do I continue experiencing this? Or just wait until they evolve to a place where their brains can actually, you know, can understand it? Why push my beliefs? Why push their beliefs? And that's exactly what the philosopher said. He said, ignorance is the actual bliss. Because without your knowing, you just live life with this, I don't know, sense of certainty, I suppose. Control. Everything kind of gives you, you know, you get a rush out of things. You get a joy out of it, I suppose. And that's what I was trying to describe. When you're pulled out of the matrix, there's no such joy in the things. I can't find any joy in the idea of going to the 420 festival, or anybody's concert for that matter. I can't. I can put myself in the whole idea, and that's all I was about my whole life. I lived for that crowd. I love to be in the high vibrations of the crowds, meeting new people, you know, high-fiving, all that shit. The very idea of it is so just disgusting. Going through the mall, walking through the stores, you know what I mean? And these women, ugh, and their fucking energy. Good lord. Those are the type of people that are out there shopping, as women and shit. All the stuff, bro. Like, I don't know. It used to have so much flavor, it used to have so much fun, so much zest. I couldn't wait to go do it. Now it's like, oh, please don't make me. What makes it horrible? The energy of the people. Really. When you walk in bliss, you don't notice them. It's like walking through New York or San Francisco. You're just like an ant walking through many. It's like you're not seen, and you don't see them. You can just walk freely. It's like everything is invisible. Bro, the thought of New York, I can see myself in it right now, and I can feel everything. I can feel the lights flickering. I can feel everything. There's a lot breathing in that city. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. In the essence, it's like, oh fuck. I can't give up on my work. You know what I mean? None of us could once we started, you know what I mean? But that's what it is we're seeking truth. And
it smells like fire.
Do you smell it? It does smell like some strong ass fucking food.
It smells more like pumpkin food.
Damn, bro. Somebody better not have started nothing on fire. Open the front door, bro. Fuck, it smells way too strong. Do you see smoke?
It smells real bad.
I know.
Close it.
Close it. Oh man, you guys better get some pants on. It smells real strong. Somebody burnt something. It's gonna set off the alarm.
No.
I can smell it in here. Close that. I'm dead ass. Put some pants on and shit. That shit's gonna go off. I told you. I had a feeling earlier. I was like, it went off 2 Fridays in a row. Somebody's burnt something, bro. I could smell it in my room. It's hella heavy. It smells like burnt chicken or something. If I could smell it this strong, they're gonna probably set off an alarm. I should put my socks on just in case. spray something. Again, let's just throw an extra tower on the hour. I'm just saying, just in case. Put some pants on. It's snowing outside. I know, but the car doesn't. I don't know what's going on with the heater. I didn't feel it get warm earlier. I don't know. If it's the heater and the air conditioner, then that could be a thermostat. My car, I don't know. That's another thing, too. I'm so overwhelmed. I was like, dude, I just want to set this thing on fire. Just go buy another car real quick. I'm like, fuck. I'm very overwhelmed with life right now. I got too deep in it. I'm ready to pull out. Pull out! Pull out!
It goes off.
I know, that's what I was thinking. It might not, but somebody is cooking the shit out of some shit. No, they obviously burnt it. They burnt the shit out of it. I can smell it.
He said it smelled like burnt popcorn.
I'm telling you, it smells like burnt chicken to me. But as long as nothing... It's late, too. That'd be terrible right now. Anyways, it stinks, right?
Where's my head?
Just in case. I don't know if it's going to go off. I just wanted you to be ready. Don't. You're not going anywhere yet. If it goes off. I'm not Russian. I'm American. Alright, let's check the cards.
I was wondering why I couldn't get all my fingers down my hair.
Oh, I know. Every time I touch my hair, it's gone. Alright, let's read some cards here. Let's start with something simplistic and kind of... whatever. I don't know, and that's where it is. It's like, where am I supposed to go from here? That's how I knew I was in an ego death. When you wake up feeling like that, you're like, dude, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life now. It has no meaning. It has no purpose. I know I'm supposed to continue to do this because this is how you guys see God's wonders. But in the sense of, I'm wondering how the fuck you're gonna catch any of this fucking shit, bro. I don't know. Faith. It smells really strong, bro. Like, almost gave me a headache strong. Fuck. These people, bro. I hope it's not a fire. Anyways, I'm gonna check my Dark Goddess, see where I am in my Dark Goddess sides. What kind of goddess are you being? I don't know. Curiosity killed the cat. Pandora's box. That's what I was thinking about. It's like I could just close it up and it's like no big deal. I used all of that to teach you, not me. Let's talk about Pandora's box. Temptation calls to peer through locks. Reading someone's mail, open a box. Curiosity killed the cat. Avoid a consequence like that. By the power of the Dark Goddess in me, protection in place. Blessed be. On page 85. What's up, Lewis? You could be in the process of making a huge mistake if you go ahead. Pause for a minute and take a good look at what you are about to undertake. You must dig deeper and investigate thoroughly before you make a decision. Look to see what the outcome could be and what effects it could have on others, on you, and also your future. See, they stopped me. In the essence, I made promises that I'd walk you guys through this awakening. It's going to happen to you without me. And I'm supposed to walk into it. You know, whatever. Look to see what the outcome... Yeah. You are gifted and talented with abilities, and many opportunities have already and will continue to be presented to you. Sometimes, though, you see your gifts as a curse. That's what we talked about. Rather like Pandora, expectations from others and of yourself are hard to live up to, yet your ambitions propel you further and higher. You would be wise to heed the warning of Pandora, who wishes you not to become a victim of temptation, as she once did. So, with hope in your heart, keep the lid firmly closed on tempting offers at this time, before looking at your options. I'm not... whatever. Dude, it smells horrendous. Dark Goddess Foresight. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Don't be sidelined by curiosity. Hope will pull you through. Face up to the consequences of your actions. Investigate an offer that seems too good to be true. A surprise gift will arrive. Use your gifts and talents wisely. With this burning smell. I think I've seen it in somebody's, captions of their card reads. That's another thing, too. I don't watch card reads. You're not gonna fucking tell me shit, bitch. You ain't telling me shit. You don't even know how to read your cards. So I don't watch that anymore. But in the essence is I'm not fucking stupid, bro. Like, Temptation means you'd have to be tempted. You'd have to have a desire for whatever the fuck they're talking about. You'd have to actually fall for the bullshit. Like, you'd actually want the bullshit that they're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? I don't know. Somebody's for sure burning some shit, bro. Archetypical. The gifted one of Greek origin, created by the gods as the first mortal woman. She was gifted with many objects and talents, including a box. Though she released the lid and unleashed all sorts of disease, plague, and misery upon the world, Pandora got the lid back on just in time to save hope, but the cycles of death and rebirth had already been established on Earth. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. Let's dig deeper. Let's get a clarifying card, as they always say. Stupid. I told you what it is, bro. It's like I feel like I'm dealing with alien life forms. Trying to make a fucking friend with fucking animals. Primates. Does that offend you? Whatever. It's not that you're dumb. It's that you won't take action, and that's what makes you dumb. You're weak. That's what it is. You're weak. You're scared. Whatever. Let's see what's in the Black Moon Lilith, shall we? Shall we? It could be burnt popcorn. It's horrendous. Oh, something fell out. Separation. We're going through separation. I told you, separation anxiety. Integration. That's another thing, too. I always be like, what the fuck were you thinking? I don't know. I try to think. That's what I get. Is stinking thinking. What number is on that card? 35. I want to Eve. Get out of my face, Eve. Fucking Eve. Take the apple. I wish she was brave enough to eat the apple. The rest of you dumb. Page 82. Real and raw honesty with yourself is needed right now. When the separation oracle comes up, you have important decision to make. When you go through the internal growth, your external must also shift. The separation phase in alchemy is like finding the courage to let go of a draining contract, finally taking the next step in a project, or stopping harmful habits. This is accepting a new love into your life that may not be your typical type, but it's for your highest good. Oh, fuck off. If it sounds too good to be true. Nah. I'm leaning on that last card. Just kidding. You gain clarity, and now is the time to choose yourself first, cutting ties of discord. Those who are meant to come along the ride will accept the new version of yourself that you are stepping into. This third stage of the alchemical magnum opus that cleanses the soul through mystical element of air is associated with Mars, the planet of action. An arotistic symbol of modern tarot, air is associated with the swords, which actively cuts and severs to effect change. That's why I gotta be my Queen of Swords all the time. I'm calling in my King of Swords. Do you get me? Not really. I mean, I think he does, but not fully. Why? Because he's stuck in childhood trauma just like the rest of you. You can't see the bigger picture when you're stuck on little fucking things. I think CJ's right. It does smell like some burnt-ass popcorn. Anyways, after this stage, you are left with the parts of yourself that you want to keep and can continue with your ascension path. While it feels painful to let go, lightening your load is necessary for your healing journey. I'm trying to see what am I letting go of. And at this point, it's like I always want to drop the page with everything else I let go of. So perhaps it's just the belief system. I'm arguing with the spirit. It's like the way to inherit it is to let it go. It's like I have to let the idea go that this is gonna work.
You have to let your mom go.
Oh yeah, her too. Sure. In the sense of the expectation, the outcome, the hopefulness that I'll see some sign that it's working in somebody's life, and that, you know what I mean? I have to just do. But I'm always waiting to see something. But then it's also, I'm in a place of completion where it's like, I did everything that I could do in those videos to teach everyone what they need to know. And now all I have to do is get those videos out, to get this story out. I don't have to keep teaching you every day. Everything you need to know is in the past videos. And that's why I get overwhelmed. It's like, just let me go. Haven't I done enough? And it's not until those videos are out that I can actually, you know what I mean, be let go. But continuing the journey is also, you know what I mean, God's... As much as it's His story, it shows the progression of the marathon because it does continue. And as much as, you know, I'll be here, and that's why nobody can keep up with me, is by Monday I'm a completely different person again. My whole idea of change has changed. My whole direction has changed. My likes, my wants, my desires, everything has changed within a week's time. I change, and I change, and I change, and I keep changing, and I keep changing. And that's what this is about changing. You know what I mean? Going through these levels of change. And the video goes back to, you know, and that's what it is people don't want to change. It's not easy to accept and to walk in, but it's necessary. You have to keep changing. It's called evolving. Letting go. Every fucking day, every week. You've got to let go of part of you so that you can become more of you. I told you I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't read some fucking out of some book that tells you to leave that's no longer serving you. What's no longer serving me? The possibility that there's somebody like me. And that I'm gonna be accepted like this. If I can leave those ideas alone, if I can pull that programming, this is where we take a fucking thread inside of our brain and we pull it out. You know what I mean? We can't do it with a wand. Can't literally suck it out. All my memories are gone. I can't do that. But this one we have to work at, and that's the reprogramming. And that's where it is. It's like, how do I wrap my head around this? That I'm that different, and that I'm that set apart, and that this is all against me. You have to come to acceptance of it. There's no fighting it. And that's where it is, fight or flight. And it activates. I'm not much of a fighter. I'm quick to run and just, you know what I mean? That's that King of Wands reverse. When it's over, or the King, what is it? Knight of Cups. When it's over, you might not know. They just kind of walk out. Yeah, I knew that. It's what we do weekly. And that's what I have to come to the conclusion. That's what the conclusion was. That was the ego death. Is understanding how far apart we are. And in, you know what I mean? In that instance that there's no connection to be made. Well, if there's no connection to be made, then why should I even try? They're never going to understand me. And they don't think like me, and they reject all of the things that I work towards, then what's the point of the work that I do? But that would be going back to that book and asking them the same questions. And going back to Jesus, you know what I mean? They rejected his teachings. They hung him for just that, for trying to free them of their thoughts, their persecuting beliefs. They didn't run. They weren't women either, though. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Then you think about it, you know what I mean? I think about Jonah. I always say it's better to be a Job than a Jonah. But at all points, you just want to fucking back down. You're like, alright, because the job doesn't end. It'd be one thing if it was actually, alright, wow, victory is ours. Now you can go on and have a happy life. Nah, bro. I'm gonna call you to more battles and bullshit. It's like the battle royale. And I don't like my skin. That was a good one. Alright, shadow work. Writing is a powerful form of inner work and alchemy. Take time to relax in a private space with a pen and a journal. Separate the pages into 2 columns labeled yes and no. It's a no. Decide what actions, people, situations, and thoughts are aligned with your inner self and add those to the yes column. It makes it simplistic when you think about Russ and his bullshit. He takes all of them. They take all of my teachings, and they look like absolute idiots because they haven't fully applied them to their life. They try to use them as power, you know what I mean, in the sense of superiority or intelligence. But they lack both. All of them. Because they don't have the action to back up the fucking words. Right? And so that's been one of my biggest irritations. But it says that, you know what I mean, in the video again, it's like, you know, people always tried to be like us, and if they couldn't be like us, then they would, you know what I mean, reject us. And still steal our freaking works so that they could be, you know what I mean, considered charming or, you know, sophisticated in a room of idiots that think they know something. And that's what it is. This idiot came out for all of this. Came out, he was an alchemist, and he was this, and he was all about manifestations and power of the mind and all of this, you know, inner fucking healing journey bullshit. But you can see on the surface, he's still nothing more than a material girl, part of the mass conscious of that video, like the rest of you. That you have to stay into the norms of, you know what I mean, acceptability. You must be accepted. And I challenge your fucking, you know what I mean, your status quo when I walk in the door without saying a word. You tremble in your skin because now you are not, you know what I mean, powerful. And they explain that, how it has nothing to do with your physical strength, nor your mind, an actual intelligent human being. None of those things matter. So he always tries to project himself as a, you know, he knows what these teachings are. He read it in a book somewhere. Who? Mine? I read it to you, little boy? It was your bedtime story? Well, at least someone did. Your mom didn't read books to you. Obviously. Anyways, I don't do writing as a powerful form of inner work. This is my diary, Bridget Jones' diary. So I do verbal, you know what I mean? Verbal journaling. Decide actions, people, situation, thoughts that align with your inner self and those in a yes column, and put what is no longer aligned in a no column. Afterwards, meditate on your thoughts. The answer to your question lies within. It's time to identify what in your life no longer aligns and what belongs in the new world you are creating. It's not. Open to the public. I'm not open to the public. If we put a line of yes and no, right? Like, do you align with these guys? No. Morals? Anything? No.
Stop.
Does this align with them? No.
Stop.
Christian, please, remove yourself. Go on. So when we're making this huge list of yes and no, it's all a no. It's a no. You're a no, that's a no, this is a no, 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 no. And that goes back to yesterday. Why can't we get along? Because I don't get along with your friends and family, so you can't, you know what I mean? That's not good enough for you. I have to get along with your friends and family. Do you not understand? After watching that video, I don't think like these fucking idiots, bro. I don't think like you and your friends and family, bro. And therefore, why should I be subject to this kind of fucking mental torture? To sit down and have a non-mental stimulating conversation about nothing but the freaking material world and your hopes and gains to crush it. the things that satisfy you of, you know what I mean, of your personal, projects and progressions throughout the day or week or month or year. None of this means anything. It means you're on a time loop, dude. You're just, you're content with dying, and you're just, filling up your basket and your belly until you die. There's no spiritual growth. There's no evolution. There's no enlightenment. This is just taking the steps that everyone steps in. They graduated college. I'm so proud of you. What are you going to do with all that education? Go get a regular job? Wonderful. I'm so proud of you. You're already in debt. How many thousands of dollars before you go get this job? You know what I mean? In the essence, it's like you want me to be proud of what's already been established. Why should I be proud? That's what you're looking for, is pride. You want pride. You want acceptance, validation, affection, and reputation. You want all of this based on your works. What is respectful or prideful about the 10 fucking, how many of there are you? 7, 8, 10 of you fucking singer and songwriters, you fucking rappers. I didn't have a thing for fucking rappers. It's like, what's your deal? You only date rappers? That's low vibrational. In the essence, that's all. You all do the same fucking loser ass job. If I was chasing fame and fortune, perhaps, I guess, but I'm not. So in the essence, where's the pride in what you fucking do? Now, the only thing that could possibly be is the commonality, because I myself am a rapper. I myself am a singer and a songwriter, so like attracts like. But in the essence, dude, I put you on a fucking pedestal because you write and record when I do myself. When I taught myself to do the same things just like you do. And you because you've been doing it for fucking 30 fucking years, I should, you know what I mean? I should have all respect for you. After 30 years, you better be good at something. Or get the fuck on with your life. In essence, I don't have to pay you respect for doing this all your life. In essence, I hope to be better than you and not waste so many years of my life being nothing more than a fucking rapper. I don't want that to be written on my fucking gravestone that I was nothing more than a rapper. Where's the pride? Bring your dad to work day. My dad is a rapper. Oh, this should be good. This should be real good. It doesn't matter who you are as what rapper. Even you, Marshall, at 52 years old. This is my grandpa. He's a rapper. Those kids are gonna look at you like, what? Their parents might know you. Okay, but these are little kids. You're inspiring little kids to be rappers, to curse and drink about, or to sing about drugs, alcohol, and bitches. That's what we're doing in kindergarten. We're proud of that. No more than, Bobby at the Coca-Cola fucking factory. You know what I mean? Or whatever else the rest of you fucking do. You want me to be proud about what you do? What service is what you do to humanity? A doctor. Okay, cool. That means that you fucking have the ability to save lives, but only if they pay you the good bucks. Have you ever heard of a doctor actually helping somebody out of the kindness of their heart? Or a dentist? An optician? Any of them? Fuck no, bro. You pay them the big bucks. I'm supposed to be proud of you for, you know what I mean? For going to school for fucking 8 to 12 years and then charging people an arm and a leg for the service you do. And that's pretty much going back to you rappers. I'm supposed to be proud of you for studying rap for 10, 20, 30 fucking years and be proud of the shit that comes out of your mouth. I should really respect the crap that's coming out of your mouth because it's so authentic and different from the rest of these motherfuckers. Come on, bro. What's wrong with me? Nothing, bro. What's wrong with you? I thought this for a long time. That there was something wrong with me. It's not. It's me against the world. Bow, wow, wow. Come on, Pac. Fuck. At least that guy's on the block. I mean, in essence, you know, whatever. Your mindset doesn't align. I told you that earlier, dude. Your whole vibe is, you know, Instagram. Oh, that was the best thing that came out of there. And I'm the Instagrammy. That's stupid. I don't give a shit about a Grammy. I'm gonna give it to God. Here, God wrote this. This is yours. Where am I gonna put it? On the gravestone. Here, dedicated to God. Give it to Prince. He's the one that told me I was gonna get it. Give it back to him. I don't give a shit about the things of this world. Fucking plaque. Who's gonna take it? I'm gonna put it on my daughter's fucking in her house. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, bro. I need a car just to drive a car. I don't give a fuck what that fucking car looks like as long as the motherfucker works. I need a phone to make a phone call. I don't give a fuck what kind of fucking phone that is as long as I can make the motherfucking phone call, bro. I gotta dress myself. I give a fuck what fucking name is on the tag of the clothes that I fucking put on, bro. I'm sorry that all that shit means so fucking much to you. But it doesn't mean shit to me. Do you understand how we don't have the same mentality? I think you're on some femtality. Finish 'em! Just kidding. How's it going? I mean, truthfully. It's like, why can't I just get along with people? 'Cause people are fucked up, bro. They're fucked up. From the neck up, bro. They're fucked up, bro. All fucked up. They're all kinds of fucked up.
Have you ever tried cocaine, Mom?
Cocaine's one hell of a drug. It's from a saying, what about cocaine? They made a lot of songs about cocaine. It was part of an error. Why?
So Bob was talking about how he's too scared to do it and he's watched his friends go insane from it.
Yeah, he should probably stay away from cocaine. Everybody
he's also
should.
talking about other weird ones that are really bad for you, like Molly. Like
I never did that.
His friend told him if he felt like he was zip tied to the ground for 20 hours. And he was genuinely scared to try it, so he never did.
Oh, bro, people have some badass trips and shit. You hear people about acid and they tell you how, like, demons and shit and scary shit was trying to get them and shit. Don't do drugs, dude. You don't put shit in your brain, dude. It fucks your brain up. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just say no. That's what they said from the beginning.
Like, that's not fun. That doesn't sound fun.
Let's see what mirror we're facing. Ew. Like envious gluttony. Number 9. Damn, that's a dirty ass fucking hell. Yeah. Anyways. That was a very real question. Did you ever do cocaine? One day you'll have to have those conversations with people. Alright, going to the edge of the ravine, savoring the idea of letting go all restraints. Alright, I don't want to read what the guy looks like. The sentence. There is a hunger sleeping just under the surface, like an animal lurking. On page 22. My eyes are blurry. Getting old. This card is not just dark, it's unpleasant, sickly, disgusting. The difference in how we feel in front of a vampire as opposed to in front of a writhing bugs. It's not existential darkness that we can paint of romance, trauma, and subtle anguish. It's raw, primal, reeking of rotting stench. It feels like there's a darkness, that in that dark landscape there is a hole, leading to an even greater darkness, and this is calling. The urge to press down every time, played with, toyed with, treated like something that doesn't belong here. It's like rolling in the mud, bringing out the twisted, refreshing feeling of demeaning oneself. The key is that we don't want to recognize the depth of envy and anger. What? Who envy? Are we angry? I'm not angry. I'm not envious. Is this you? Are you pissed off at me? You envy me and my issues? We cast it out ourselves, and now it's truly a parasitical monster, impossible to accept as something that came out of ourselves. What if we bring light to the pitch dark well? What if the scary monster is just a scrawny, starved feeling? What if it's just a little thing, dark as tar, indeed, but it is too sorry of or not to be feared? I'm like anger and envy. I've been there. I mean, that's the description of Lilith right there. They say it's a man, but that's the description of Lilith. I was angry and envious, I suppose. I don't feel jealousy. Enviously is craving a lifestyle I don't have. Jealousy is wanting to be something I'm not. You know what I mean? It's a very big difference. Jealousy is identifiable about a person. Envious is about a lifestyle. Right? So I've been there. I was very angry. You know what I mean? That's what Lilith and Lucifer had in common. We were very angry and envious about God's chosen children. How they had such favor and whatnot. I guess people, it says in the cards, you know, they're pissed off about how much spiritual protection and all this. I don't think you fully understand that I'm on spiritual lockdown all the time. It's like being the Pope or the President. You know what I mean? It's just you can't see them. You just can't see them. They won't allow things. They're like a huge blockage. They move all things. They're the unseen. You know what I mean? So people are like envious of, you know, the gifts and stuff I have, but I see them as a curse. Because you think that if you had these gifts, you could use them for all great things. I could manifest, I could be all great, I could have all these things. With great powers comes great responsibility. If you were to, that's why you're not granted such powers, because you come from a weak place and you want to use them to boast, you know, to blow yourself up and to, you know what I mean, to hurt others. And therefore you shall not inherit such powers. But they think that, you know, if I had those powers, how I would use them. That's not how it works. Because if you had these powers, you would be guided to use them in similar or more constructive ways. And that's just it. And they're promised to you. You know? As far as, you know, envious, I don't think anybody should really envy my life other than I get it a lot. People are envious about the gifts. But they're so restraining. I can't just, you know what I mean? I can't just think of shit. I can't put my thoughts on shit. I have to train that mind all day when it goes somewhere. When I get upset. This dude this morning, fucking punk ass. I told my daughter earlier too. It came back up to me earlier. I was standing outside with Nana, and this guy, he had been weird and rude I'd seen him on 2 occasions in the elevator. He's a single father with 2 girls. And he had been a little, you know, I got a bad vibe off of him. Not bad, just, this guy's a douche. Anyway, so I'm standing out on the other side of this bush, and he walks by, I've got my headphones on, and he looks at me twice, and I'm like, what? He said, I think I stepped in your dog's shit, as he was walking with his kids down the street. Meaning, and I was, well, I'll tell you what I think he was meaning, but I was like, go pick a fight with somebody else. Meaning, he just wanted to open his mouth. He don't know if it was my dog's that shit. He didn't step in nobody's dog's shit. He just wanted to tell someone to pick up their dog's shit. And it had to be me. You better shut your fucking mouth, bro. I'm going to disrespect the shit out of you in front of your daughters right now. I'm going to literally put your face to the ground and make you lick that shit. In the essence of, you know, internally, I haven't had my coffee and you better watch your fucking mouth. You don't know who the fuck you're talking to. And in that instance, you know, I said something, and then the wave of fire came in where I wanted to say a little bit more, and then it's like those are those instances where I have to go into my training mode and like chill. And then I'm like, I'll see you on the fucking elevator. No you won't. Chill. Alright. And that's where it is. It's like, you know, I got a whole
Nobody wants to go to one of your psychics because he had a weirdest dream.
Alright. I tell him I'm a dream interpreter. Anyways, so, you know, like, I'll be getting angry and shit. People be irritating the shit out of me. I don't know. They get under my skin sometimes, and I just gotta breathe it through. I'll be tempted in my flesh. I'll be tempted to talk some shit and say some shit and do some shit, and sometimes I gotta do it. Sometimes you gotta just let that shit out. But as far as envious, bro, I don't fucking envy your fucking bullshit ass, weenie ass life. Russ sure tries to put that shit on me. He's always tried to, like, you know what I mean? Be like, even Bobby said it. Are you mad because Hamburger Helper is taken care of? Am I mad that Hamburger Helper is fucking useless and fucking completely fucking dependent off of you? And that without you, she can't survive? I mean, yeah, in the sense of you're never going to be able to dump this bitch. But am I jealous? No. I'm actually more prideful of the fact that I've been able to take care of myself and my children all of our lives, and we didn't need, you know, a useless fucking man like you to go around, you know what I mean, controlling our lives. So, you know, no. It would have been nice. But they don't make men like that. He gave in to that bitch for all the wrong reasons, and he's trapped with that fucking Hamburger Helper. Or he's jerking off to other girls, and, you know what I mean, whatever the case may be. And that goes back to it, too. You know, Russ is stuck with his low-vibrational girlfriend. They're all stuck with what they're stuck with because they have no... There's so many things they don't have. I'll just leave it at that. They're missing a lot of what it takes to be a man. They think being a man is buying a bitch some shit. Well, when a bitch don't want no shit, I guess you're not a man over here. You have no manhood over here if you can't buy a bitch some shit. But they sure like to throw that shit out there like that makes them manly for taking care of, you know what I mean, useless ass bitches with no skills. No skills at all. Alright, I'm trying to find... Here we go. Dark and Dangerous. Da-da-da-da. These we're doing in order. Let's see. What do we got? The mermaids. I dig it. I super dig it. I saw an ad. What was it? A billboard for the Nature and Science Museum. Their new display was the ancient monsters of the deep. So that's where this kind of aligns. Mermaid, number 14. Page 47. Beauty is a high value when it illuminates and inspires, but it is the eye of the beholder. Relying on an outward appearance is shallow and temporary. If beauty is the only virtue, then others need to be developed. Love your own unique beauty. If you are using your beauty to manipulate someone, be wary. This particular kind of magic wears off after time. Well, I don't do that. I don't give a shit. Let's see. Duality, attraction, and danger. Even children know what a mermaid is. The idea of a half-human, half-fish type creature is all through our storybooks and collective conscious. Yet mermaids are a varied bunch. Yes, they are aquatic, often beautiful, happy, generally to do, and be mermaids. But depending on what waters you go to, the world culturally, they can be deeply dangerous and irresistibly seductive, or both. In almost all cases, even with the Greek mermaids, like creatures called the sirens, the mermaids have an extreme beauty, such as their beauty as that they are, at the very least, notice that, and at the worst, an object of obsession. These are your obsessions. So what is the shadow side of such beauty? Wouldn't everyone love to be this glorious? The peril of the extreme beauty are at the heart of the mythos of Helen of Troy and Medusa, and even Scylla. The desirability of women this beautiful means that they can be objectified, taken as a kind of trophy, or made as a target of jealousy. This is what they use their little girls for. But you'd have to be attracted to such a girl for that to work. You'd have to see her beauty. I don't see her beauty. I see a vulnerable, idiot little girl who dresses up like other women. She's got the fucking complexity of a fucking 4-year-old. You might have bought her titties to make her look like she's in her 30s, but you're still dating a fucking teen. And when you're with her, you act like a teen yourself. Again, going back to it, the only one that falls for these bitches is you. And you fell so hard that you just walk around with this trophy-ass bitch thinking that you're the hot shit on campus, but everyone's got one that looks better than yours, bro. And it'll wither. That's what's so funny is, bro, let it. Keep riding that bitch, bro. Keep feeding her your babies, bro, until one actually gets through, and then watch. Then watch what you guys is really made of. She looks good on a fucking, you know what I mean? She looks good on a fucking post. But until she, you know what I mean? When you guys is posted up in your house doing absolutely fucking nothing, and that bitch is dirty, filthy, on the internet, looking for attention and shit, and you're going hungry, I'm laughing. I'm laughing. By being seen or admired, these women lose a part of themselves and sometimes their lives as they knew them. If we consider the way the modern beauties of today are turned into fodder for gossip media, we see how this still plays out. Part of mermaid mythos, too, is that, I know, and she's a bald-ass bitch after you take all that fake-ass hair off of her. She's a bald-ass, filthy-ass, ignorant-ass, dumb-ass, money-greedy, suck-your-babies-out-your-fucking dick type bitch. This is a bitch that thinks having cocktails at every setting is demure. Are you fucking kidding me? Or we could go back to Kanye's, who literally thinks putting her vagina out in public is acceptable. Like we want to smell your fucking sweaty vagina. Kanye might not smell it anymore because he knows your smell, but when you walk in the room, we can smell the sweat dripping between your lips. And that would be underneath your big-ass fucking double Ds that are all fucking filthy sweaty too. And your baloney barb fucking, you know what I mean, big-ass blown-up fucking nipples. Because you stretched them out with the fucking boobs you shoved in there. And don't forget the boy haircut as he slicks your hair back like a nice little boy. And ignores you while we go as you go in public. And you crawl on top of him and call him daddy? For what? Where's your pride? That's disgust. If he put a child in you, you'd have another little Kanye. He would be a good father to your children. That's like going back to Russ. He's capable of being a father. He's not even a man. This is a whole fucking child. A whole fucking child. He's a woman. Boobs and hair and earrings to match. This is a whole fucking woman. He's out there parading himself on the internet as a whole fucking woman. Competing with his woman to see which rappers like them each other more. They're selling each other to rappers. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Curtain call. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. In essence. I didn't even bother to check, but I'm sure she did it. What did I say before you guys took your little vacation? Can't wait for her to go to another location and take her fucking clothes off. Be out there butt-ass naked, looking for attention in foreign lands. With you holding the camera, Mr. Instaboy. You're over there taking the pictures that men jerk off to. Right, Russ? You're the one taking the pictures of her fucking butt cheeks hanging out and shit. You're the one taking the pictures that men jerk off to, right, Kanye? Right. Liking them all, right? Right. It's your baloney barb bitch, too. I'm gonna put that bitch under the water. We're gonna see her fucking afro. Her dirty ass fro. Her dirty fro. She ain't even got an afro. She got a fro. Dirty ass. Cut your hair. Come out here looking like a whole man, too. With boobs. You're dating a man with boobs. Take the hair off, Russ. What's underneath all that? Take those fucking nails off. Look at her. Bigfoot bitch. The fuck? She looked like her mommy. Then again, so do you. Oh, God. Sorry. They're not beautiful to me. They're store-bought. Completely plastic, dude. That's all. That's all. Dude, shave that bitch's head and let's see how pretty she is. Shave that bitch's head. Put her out here. Put her out here fucking Jada Pinkett style. Let's see it. Let's see it. Do it. Do it. And they're just like, you know what I mean? Tommy boy over there. Fucking, what is it? What is Bianca? It's Kanye's little boyfriend. It's a Bangkok. It's a boy with boobs. We know who's got the dick in that one. Oh my god, keep it going. I mean, in essence, you want to talk about an ugly hoe. This dude's wife, all of your wives, bro, they're ugly ass hoes. They for real are. They for real are. They for real are. Royce's wife is an ugly ass hoe, bro. Ugly ass hoe. Wife, Bobby's wife, ugly ass fucking hoe, bro. Basic ass, ugly ass hoe. Fucking Logic and NF's wives, basic, ugly, boring bitch. Boring! Boring! I bet they have great sense of humor or something, right? They can suck a good dick. They're great mothers. Ha! Ha! Ah! I'm gonna fall out of my chair. Ha! Take away the money and let's see how good they are. Take away the nanny. Take away the apps. Shut the fuck up, bro. You want me to respect you? Look at you. You're a whole disrespectful situation. That's why we're not friends. Your life is disrespectful to my existence. It's disrespectful to your own. You're so proud of it. This is the repulsion. Your life is repulsive to me, and you must defend it. Go defend your honor. Your honor, please. I can't fucking stand you. Yeah, you guys got ugly ass hoes. And that's even to the pretty hoes. They're ugly ass hoes, bro. Ugly hoes, bro. Why? Inside. 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 You should know that. You be beating up those insides all the time. You should know they're beat up inside. These are some beat up bitches. They ain't got friends. They ain't got aspirations. They ain't got no fucking intelligent thoughts. They don't got feelings. They don't got shit. They got needs, wants, you know what I mean? Needs and wants for material shit and dick. Give them some dick and some material shit and you're good to go. That bitch will shut her mouth real quick. She's not like a thinker or anything. Right, you been married to the same ass bitch for 20-something years. That bitch ain't did shit with you but suck your dick. Bobby, you been married to the same ass bitch for 3 years. She ain't did shit for you but suck your dick. Obviously not that good. If you come over running over to mine. Logic. Logic. You been with that bitch for how many years and all she does is suck your dick? She gave you a couple kids. What else she do for you? What has she done for you lately? Russ, I know you're so in love with April 7th. Your little 25-year-old. Does she do anything but suck your dick? I'm waiting. Anything? Does she have anything? I know you're creating a music career for her. That we should respect, but if I don't respect yours, why would I respect hers? Oh, God. Store-bought. Store-bought. Does she do anything but suck your dick? Does she do anything for the community, for anybody? Does she make a paycheck? Does she do anything but suck a dick? These dick-sucking bitches. I bet they don't even suck a dick like I do. Anyways, moving on. Are you jealous? No. Envious? No. Do I want your man? No. Look at how low his standard is. His standard is as low as you. I could never... Okay. I'm not allowed to say that. But we have nothing in common as long as they have the commonality of you. As long as Marshall Mathers hangs out with low vibrational washed up rappers, I have nothing in common with that loser. He has a loser mentality. He hangs out with loser ass people. He doesn't have the capability of making new friends and stepping out of, into a new perception or a new conversation. He has to stay where he's comfortable with, low vibrational people. It goes the same for you and your bunk ass relationships and your families. They are exactly what's wrong with you. They keep you nice and comfortable in what's wrong, in your flaws. They support your flaws. They love you. They love your flaws. I can accept them. I can have compassion and understanding. I don't love the shit. I definitely don't like the shit. I don't stand for the shit. I won't tolerate the shit. Till you fix some shit, you keep that shit over there with that low vibrational shit. You're not welcome in my communities. You're a bad example of how people shouldn't act. I'm trying to get people out here that are straight warriors, that'll show people how it's done. Where I could be like, hey, show them how it's done. And they come over and they show you how it's done. Not you. You haven't done nothing. How could you show somebody when you're following everybody else and seeing what they're doing, trying to be relevant with them? How are you going to show someone when you're following everyone else? You're not you're not, you know what I mean? You're not the leader. You're a follower. You can't lead my crowd. I don't need followers. I need leaders. But again, I can't make you something you're not. I can't make you something you're not. You're just not. You're not authentic, independent, free thinking. You know what I mean? Brave. You know, you're not any of the wands. You have no fire and desire to, you know what I mean, to stand up and fight for anything. And I speak to that fully. What have you fought for? What injustice or who have you gone against, you know what I mean, in your beliefs, in your determinations? Not you, Marshall. You'd like to go against a bunch of rappers because they said something hurtful to you. But have you ever stood for anything? You like to stand up to people, but have you ever stood for anything, Marshall? I know you tried to be part of, you know what I mean, the stand against Trump, but that was stupid because I told you there was nowhere to stand on that. You just wanted to be part of, you know what I mean, the big movement that came to your town. Santa Claus is coming to town. I got to make sure to go get a picture with the, you know, former President Obama. I'm looking at this and I'm like, did you only jump on the fucking caravan because it was a female, because it was a minority, or because they came to Detroit? Because you weren't part of any political movement until then. And neither was your fucking, you know, of course, you can't just stand up and be yourself, by yourself. You had to go and bring Royce and some other, you know what I mean? Like, they have nothing to do with this. Again, you always have to bring you have to bring someone so you can be someone. As long as you have a companion, you know what I mean, then you can stand up. And that's why they call them your karmics. You don't have an actual physical, intimate relationship, but these are your physical, intimate relationships that you won't give up. You can't just show up without Paul, without fucking Royce, or without Fatneck. You can't be you without them. There's no you without them. But what's funny is they're not part of any of the conversations without you. And that goes back to Dre and Snoop too. When are you going to stand in your power and quit letting these people, you know what I mean, hold you down? I would love to say something similar to Russ, but that's not the truth. He is exactly, you stay the fuck over there in the sand and in the dirt with your fucking, you know what I mean, with your fucking termites. You will never come out of that fucking pit. Ever. You're no better than the dirt you eat off of. You're a fucking dung beetle, bro. For reals. But in the essence, it's like, you know, like, what was I thinking? How could I possibly think that me and you are going to have something in common for longer than a 20-minute conversation? And in that conversation, I get to sit there and watch your thoughts spin through your head of what you might think you want to say to me because you're so, you know, witty. You're so bright. You're so intelligent. You can't wait to speak your mind. After I've spent 3 years telling you to work through that mind and shut it the fuck up, you can't wait to tell me what it thinks. Okay. Wow. So excited. So excited. Sometimes the mermaids are the siren kind, and when they lure sailors to devour them. Sometimes the mermaids are the sweet and curious, yet they do not understand that these humans cannot indefinitely be in the sea, and unintentionally allow their land-based suitors to drown. Maybe the men tried to keep up with the mermaids, transfixed by their beauty and following them down into the depths, and drowning before they realize how deep they have gone. The plant companion is the lotus. The crystal companion is the Larimar. That's a place. In this, I'm seeing it's like all the things that glitter aren't gold. And, you know, going back to it, it's like you could get sucked into a pretty... I saw this post, it was really funny. It was Justin Bieber holding his baby, and it's like when you try to get back at your ex and now it's gone too far. And then meanwhile, there was a picture of... that they're freaking out. They took a picture of her and they noticed that she had lube in the back of the picture. What's wrong with that? Less licking, more lube. Made sense to me. Anyways, going back to it, you know, watch out for the things that seem too good to be true, because that's exactly what that first card said in Pandora's box, and then we ended with the same thing as, like, you know, a pretty face and all of that shit. Men are easy, and that's why they tried to make women subservient, because men were powerless to women and to their beauty and to their, you know what I mean, to their charm and shit. But in essence, I think that's just a weak man that can't control himself. Truthfully, I don't know. What am I supposed to say? If you have a weak man, then that's what I mean, is like, I don't need that in my life. You know, trust issues and shit like that. Trust issues come from weak individuals. If you have a man that looks at every woman that goes by, then you've got a weak man, bro. And you're obviously going to have to watch that man all the fucking time. In the essence, who wants to live like that, bro? Who wants to look over their shoulder watching him watch others? He has a habit of doing so, with no regard to how that affects you. He cannot not look at a beautiful girl. He has no self-control. Absolutely none. Alright, furthermore, you know what I mean? The attention that he gives to others, these women will do the same. They don't care where it's coming from as long as they're getting it. And they don't expect that just because you're their boyfriend that they're going to stop wanting this attention from everyone else. They're attention-seeking hoes. You can't give enough to them where they'll stop. Going back to Kanye, Kanye was not going to love Kim enough for her to stop seeking and validation and attention. And that goes back to Russ and Jonica in general. That's both of them. They have a deep suffering inside of them from their childhood where they don't get attention. They can't literally give each other enough attention without running to the internet and needing more attention from everyone else about what they've done together. You know what I mean? This is attention-seeking behaviors, and that's because they want someone to validate that their existence, I suppose. I'm not really kind of 100% sure as to why that goes so deep, but that is exactly what fucking Russ's whole sin is about. Attention-seeking behaviors. And how low he'll go to do such things. And it's not positive attention. He just wants attention. Anybody to look at him. And that's because, you know what I mean, in essence, nobody ever gave him attention. But it doesn't matter now. It's a programming from childhood. You can't give him enough. These are broken things from childhood. Stunted at growth. Childhood wound patterns that play out in adulthood. Exactly what's going on with Kanye. It's the same thing. These are patterns in your, you know what I mean, in your programming. Who the fuck is going to come and stop you from you? Not me. God can't. You're not listening to any voice inside of you of logic or reason that you're out of control. Because you fully feel that you're in control and that you're, you know what I mean, okay. And everything is okay. And I'm looking like, okay. So, back to my ego death. We are not alike. We were. Only in my sickness, you know what I mean? Only in my suffering, only in my pain can we relate. Can you relate to someone like me? You can hear my stories of, you know, what the world has done to me, and you can relate to the feelings that it makes me feel. But you can't relate to the way of life that I live and what I think. And I don't think. That's what you don't understand. And I say that often, is I don't spend time thinking. I spend time manifesting. I spend time viewing, observing, watching. I watch how things work, and that's what it is to be a seeker of truth. But those of you that live under the veil of lies, it's like you're constantly in my view. Like, get your lies out of my way. I'm trying to find the truth. And you're just shoving lies at me while I'm looking for the truth. What lies behind, you know what I mean? The truth. Am I going to make it through it? Yeah, I'll make it through it. knowing that, it's not just my struggle, and that's where it was, is like, I wasn't fully sure why we bought the philosopher's book, other than the fact that these are ancient teachings of people's belief systems. Hold on. But when I watched that video today, it made me realize it's like it took them everything. People didn't even adapt these ways of understandings until later after. And it says it's like they were before their time. I'm not before my time. I'm right on time. This just isn't, the people of this time are not ready for it. We weren't before time. The people of this time are not evolved to where we are. We're not the anomaly, you are. How am I the minority? How am I the minority when I come from a long, long line of greatness? And you're nothing more than mediocrity that comes from a long, long line of mediocrity. Again, if you're not helping me solve the problem, then you're nothing more than part of the problem I'm trying to solve. And you'll have to watch that video to fully understand. It's your way of life. It's your programming that's passed down generationally. And that's it. It's like, if you can't overcome your mind, and you just keep letting it control you, then there's no hope for you. Because nothing that you're looking for is nothing that brings you true happiness is hidden in the mind. If you had it all figured out, you'd have it all figured out. If you knew how to make yourself happy, you'd be happy by now. You're on the pursuit of what your mind says, and it's just taking you in circles. It's telling you to do what everyone else does, and if you do what they do, you'll be happy. But the more you do it, the less happy you are. And the more you look to another, to what they're doing, and what everyone else is doing, because you perceive that they're happy, and they have something that you want. Which comes down to that anger and envy. You envy, you covet what you see, but you don't see the truth. And that's what I said about going outside. We go outside and we're made to want everything about the outside world. We didn't want anything until it was put in front of our face. And that's what it is too, is what do you do with those wants and desires? Going back to these, weak men that can't control their wants and desires. They don't even know where they come from. They're just subjugated to them, and they're going to follow them to the end. Lewis doesn't even know what he's doing anymore. He's just following what he's told himself. I'm chasing an 8-time world champion. I'm chasing an 8-time... How long are you going to keep telling yourself that? You've been telling yourself that for at least the last 2 years. You're going to tell yourself that for the next 2 years. And how many more years? How about you tell yourself to do something else? Before it's too late. Not guaranteed tomorrow. Especially not in a dangerous field of work like that. Hey, I don't know. I'll get through it. It's just, that's how I felt. It's funny because they told us during the orientation, I was the only person to ask questions. I always do. And they're like, we're getting a new principal next year. I said, what happened to the old principal? I want to know. There's got to be a story. Where's your principal? What happened to him? Well, he came from Germany. That's what she tells us the story. She says, well, he came from Germany, from a private school in Germany, and coming out here to an 800-student school was not a good fix for him. So after 6 months, he just up and left. You gotta understand, dude. This guy had made arrangements with his life to leave his country and go be, of service in America, only to get in and realize he had made an enormous mistake. And he had to go back with his tail between his legs and probably go back to Germany and ask for his job back, or maybe even take a worse job, but was definitely better than working in an American school. But in essence, he thought it would work. You have to know that he had to make big provisions to leave his country with the intention to stay a whole school year, and probably more than one. He thought he would make it at least the whole school year. He had to find a house. He had to, learn how to drive on the other side of the road. I'm just being an asshole. That didn't work for him. After 6 months, he had to pack up and go back to his home country and reestablish. Okay, maybe not America. Maybe Canada. Maybe somewhere else. Don't give up on your dreams. Just, maybe the first one wasn't the best one. In essence. I don't know. Just kind of throwing that all out there. That's where I was. It's like, I can't give up on my works, but it's like, is this going to work? Forget about it working. Just do the work. It's kind of where I'm at. And it lets me off the angle of, why can't I connect with people? What's wrong with me? Why can't I just be normal? Why can't I keep normal conversations? Why does it have to be so extra? There was many people like me. They were great. They were philosophers. It's kind of funny because that's what they say at the end of the alchemical process, the magnum opus. They say you get the philosopher's stone. It's a good way to look at it. But again, if you watch the video, we're isolated. We're weirdos. We can't fucking connect. I had an uncle that they said that's what happened to him. He was part of the musical. What was that amazing musical that's famous? Can't think of it right now. But anyways, they said my Uncle Tommy said he was a genius and it drove him mad. Said he was an absolute genius and it drove him mad. And then, one day they just, he disappeared. They didn't see him, They would see him. All of them lived in California, and then he just disappeared in San Francisco, and then they found a death certificate on him later. They said he was a genius that went mad. And that's usually what it is. They said Albert Einstein was a mad scientist. It's like, we were considered crazy because we didn't think like you. But our thinking is way above the mass consciousness. I mean, what I'm giving to you is I just need to keep giving it to you. It's nothing that's never been given before, and that's my curse, is to continue to give you knowledge and wisdom that you're probably going to reject. It's only to restore you to what your former glory was. But watching you guys reject it and just continue to be rejects is just really difficult on me. And now I have a little bit more understanding, but the understanding was a little bit too much in the sense of, where am I supposed to go from here? It's never going to work. It did work. I'm teaching you other people's works that did work, that are long forgotten. It'll work. Everything works. In the essence, I'm over it. And the sense of connections and shit, I'm like, alright, I'm cool, I'm free from all that. And I'm going through a lot of changes. I really am. I told you, I tried to explain it. It's like I woke up all over again, like the first one. Real heavy, like my very first awakening. Where it's like, I'm not even myself anymore. You have many ego deaths and many ascensions, but this one is enormous, bro. They just keep getting bigger and bigger, to be honest. I say that all the time. It's like, dude, this week is enormous. It's like every week they're bigger and bigger. Will you stop? They don't stop. Where's the place where you plateau? Where you've reached the ceiling and there's no more work to be done? Where the fuck is that place, guys? And that's where, he was saying, it's like you have to find peace in the isolation. And that's where it is. It's like I found my peace here. It's every time I try to bring someone into my space or try to go into your space that I lose my peace. This idea that, you know what I mean? I have to bring someone into my space causes a lot of havoc in my reality. It's like, how am I ever going to get someone to come into my space?
The reason hotels around big, LA gambling places and they don't have balconies is because people will jump off of them. They'll gamble their lives away and they'll jump off. That's why they don't have balconies.
Suicide, huh? Well, that's good to know. There's no balconies around gambling establishments because of suicide rates. Wow. And that's it too, did you know? We're full of that. We like to know shit. You guys don't want to know shit. And you want to argue about what you do know. And that's what makes the difficulty. I don't know. We're going to make it through another one. And another one. Hey, happy Friday and all that. Tomorrow comes the hard part. You know, the feelings that come after are even harder. The acceptance of it and walking in it. Finding a new way of life with this new knowing. I don't know what to do. I know I can't abandon shit. I can't abandon shit, is what I heard. But just know that what I do is for you and for God. Like, I don't need to dig this shit up. I could put those fucking cards away. I've read all those cards. I mean, even the ones I haven't read. What are they going to tell me that I don't know? It's always like, you know, the card comes and I tell you everything I know about it, without even being about it. It's an inner knowing. I don't need external things. The external things are just to confirm to you, you know what I mean, what God's teaching me through experience. I don't know. Good luck with all that, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. What shadows do we... I don't know. I'll figure out what to label this. Later, haters.